Hello, my beautiful souls, and thank you for watching and joining me. Well, so today it's all about law of attraction, and it's actually even deeper than that. Today is about basically feeling as if you deserve. That is a huge roadblock to manifestation. A lot of times when we're trying to manifest big things into our life, that is actually the number one thing that stops us from even trying to manifest, and which is basically, you know, feeling like I don't deserve, or feeling like we deserve to have the manifestations that we want into our life. And actually, there is nothing more that is going to stop you from manifesting what it is that you want to bring forth, because the whole point of manifesting, the whole point of bringing things into your life is feeling as if you deserve them, feeling as if you are worthy of them, and that is also attached to receiving. So wow, there's so much that I can say about this, but I'm gonna try to keep it really nice and short. I'm gonna try it. So that is actually kind of a roadblock that I have been going up against, feeling as if I deserve to make more money, I deserve to go and travel, I deserve to have a balance of work and play. Because lately I've been coming across with those feelings as if, my God, my conscious self, you know, the iris, wants to have it all. I feel like I can have it all. You know, I feel like I can have a balance of work and play. I can, you know, make more money. I feel like I can do all these things. But you know, now my goals are getting bigger, and now I'm hitting these roadblocks where, my goodness, I almost feel like I don't deserve. And I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to feeling like I don't deserve, it has everything to do with not feeling worthy because of something that I did in the past. And if you feel this way, this is where you have to apply a lot of forgiveness and a lot of self-forgiveness. And forgiveness is actually a very interesting topic, because a lot of people think that forgiveness means to just like let go of whatever happened to you in the past and letting that person get away with it. Forgiveness is somehow transcribed into this egocentric thing that is truly not. Forgiveness is basically understanding that whatever happened to you in the past was for your highest growth. Whatever someone did to you in the past has everything to do with the fact that they were suffering and they took it out on you. It has to do with wisdom. So the more you can become aware, there's this quote, very famous quote: the more aware you become, the more forgiveness you can give. Because in the end, we don't really want to hurt other people on purpose. In the end, we don't want to put ourselves into the stress that we put ourselves. But our egos, man, our egos are the ones that our egos are our inner critic. For those of you that are not quite getting what I'm saying, your ego is your inner critic. That's who I'm kind of referring to. And you know, that inner critic comes from your family, it comes from your teachers, it comes from your friends, and it comes from those moments that they put you down. So if you're having problems with manifesting, if you're having problems with deserving and feeling worthy, check your inner critic, right? Check your inner critic, see what it's telling you. Check your thoughts, check your recurring thoughts, recurring themes in your life, and see if it is something that you did in the past, that you want to, that keeps kind of replaying over and over again. And you're like, no, I'm not that person anymore, but it keeps happening over and over again. That is just a part of yourself, a part of your soul that is asking for forgiveness. And again, forgiveness is not only forgiving the other person, but forgiveness is actually forgiving yourself for putting yourself in a very uncomfortable and crazy situation. I'll give you guys my latest struggle. I've been trying to manifest. Actually, I haven't been trying to manifest. I have been manifesting really amazing things into my life, and somehow I feel like I just took it a notch up. Like I'm ready to I'm ready to expand not only my business but myself. Like I kind of want to move and I just, those are ideas that are lingering in my head now. And I'm also trying to expand my business, you know, reach more clients, do more things with myself. And I'm going and I'm trying to balance work and life. And this theme keeps coming up again. And was when I used to go out a lot when I was in my early 20s. And I used to get like super fucked up, and I used to be like this mess, basically. And this thought and these memories keep coming up in my head. And at first I was like very confused. I felt kind of sad, because I was like, okay, like at first I was like, all right, why, you know, that's weird that I'm thinking about this, you know. But then it just kept happening, and it kept happening over and over again. And so I've been trying to find a balance between being disciplined and being lenient with myself, and, you know, the whole balance of work and play. And this thought keeps coming up in my head that, you know, about getting fucked up and all these things. And I finally took a step, and I just, you know, chilled out for a moment, and I started to meditate on it. And as I started to meditate on it, I just remember like seeing myself as this younger girl in her early 20s. And I just remember seeing myself like drunk and feeling hopeless and feeling so unworthy. And I literally went up to myself as the bigger person that I am now, and I hugged myself. And I told myself that everything was gonna be okay. So that was one way that I was able to forgive myself, and to kind of tell myself that whatever happened in the past is in the past. This is what I do a lot with my clients. I help them and teach them how to forgive, because forgiveness comes in stages, and it's not all done at once. Forgiveness is actually done very I'd say it's like a 3-stage process. First is basically identifying the things that you need to forgive, which are the recurring thoughts, the negative thoughts that are happening, whether it's somebody was talking to you that way, or somebody or yourself, where you were putting yourself down, or you had a trauma. And so we basically identify the things that we need to forgive. And then the second step is basically forgiving the people that have hurt you, and also understanding that, you know, that this was part of your life path. You know, we sometimes sign up into families. Remember, we're a soul living a human body, so we pick our families, and sometimes we come down here and we go into these very dysfunctional families where there's a lot of abuse, you know, verbal abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse. And we have to understand that that was part of our soul path, you know, for us to come into these destructive patterns so we can forgive them. And that is how we break these patterns, through forgiveness and seeking resolution from your inner self, your inner child. Basically understanding that not only do we have to forgive others, but we also have to really forgive ourselves, because we are the ones that chose to be in these situations. And through the law of attraction, we are attracting a lot of these tragedies and a lot of these uncomfortable moments, as much as we attract a lot of the great moments. And so when we can understand that that all this is perfectly synchronized, even though it looks like really random, we are able to actually forgive so much more and understand so much more. And that opens so much the energy from our hearts to receive. Because I mean, I've seen so many people, and I've been there, that they're like, oh, I did the law of attraction, I visualized, I you know, some people, like, they have like a blank check, and I wrote a blank check, and I visualized, and I did this and all these practices, right? But it's not here. Like, why is it not here? And it's all about receiving it. You have to be open to receiving it. You have to be open to know that this is for you, that you deserve it. And I feel like at first everybody's like, yeah, of course I deserve. But only until they start to really practice and deliberately create what it is that they want to bring forth into their life, is when these thoughts really start to, you know, start to come out and start to make themselves known. So, you know, think of it this way, like, check out your recurrent thoughts. check the things that have been, you know, in your mind at all times, like when you're trying to manifest this thing. Like, you're like, yeah, I want it, but, you get what I'm saying? You know that but that I'm talking about. And so keep this in mind. What's another thing that I can tell you guys? The more you understand your own humanity, which is basically understanding that you are perfect with all your imperfections, the more you'll be able to see how worthy you truly are. So, the more that you understand your own humanity is the more you'll be able to see, you know, who you truly are. And understanding your own humanity means accepting yourself for all your flaws, all your imperfections, and you'll be able to really understand who that person is and feel like you are worthy of deserving everything, because you are worthy of receiving everything, because you are. And just as I am worthy of receiving everything, just the fact that I came here into this time and space reality as a human being means that if I want to experience something in this life, I am just as worthy as anybody else to want to experience that. And so you are in that same boat, my friend. And remember, you are amazing. I do have another video that talks about like a self-worth exercise. I will put the link below. I definitely suggest you watch that video and you start to do self-love practices that can better your self-worth, because obviously that is what is probably stopping you from receiving all the goodness that is already here, because all your manifestations are all here. Everything is already here. Now it's time for you to become a match to those manifestations, and that's why it's called a match, because if you want something, that means that you have to feel like you are a match and you deserve to have it, right? Ding, ding, ding. All right, guys, I love you so much. You're more than welcome to leave a comment below, subscribe, and you know where you can reach me. Mwah. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter if you want weekly updates on any events that I'm doing or on my blog. And I catch you guys next time. Love you. Mwah. Bye.